A 2-week ceasefire has been agreed between Iran and the US. The Strait of Hormuz is open, but don't celebrate just yet. A so-called ceasefire between the US and Iran has raised hopes for global shipping, but there is a catch. In today's video, we are breaking down what's really happening, why shipping may take weeks to recover, and what this means for global energy markets. Stick around. By the end, we will explain a potential move by Iran that could change everything. Chapter 1: The announcement and what it really means. President Trump recently announced a 2-week ceasefire. In theory, this means US attacks stop, and Iran agrees to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran confirmed the ceasefire, but here is the problem. The details are vague, and the devil is in the specifics. So, what does reopening actually mean? Will ships move freely, toll-free, or will Iran maintain some control? And how will this impact global oil prices? Comment below, what do you think Iran will do next? Remember, the strait is one of the most strategically important choke points in the world. About 20% of global oil trade passes through here. Any disruption, even temporary, can ripple across markets worldwide. Chapter 2: Why this ceasefire is fragile. Here is the reality. This is a hostile ceasefire. Iran wants to retain strategic control over the strait. The US wants unrestricted, toll-free passage. Neither side may be able to deliver everything the other wants sent. That's where things get tense. Even if Iran agrees to pause fighting, the US military remains in the region, and Iran may continue collecting tolls or attempt to legitimize them internationally. Could they even try to change international law to make the strait operate more like the Suez or Panama canals? Chapter 3: What this means for shipping companies. Shipping won't bounce back overnight. Companies need guarantees for both inbound and outbound vessels. And here is the tricky part: if Iran maintains partial control or tolls, US objectives for free passage clash with reality. Markets are already pricing in a slow, uneven recovery. Imagine this: a tanker leaving the Gulf, unsure if it will face tolls, inspections, or even a standoff. It's a risk no company wants to take lightly. Here is a question for you: if you were a shipping company, would you risk sending your fleet through the strait right now? Chapter 4: Trump's political calculus. For Trump, this ceasefire serves a political purpose. It gives him cover to avoid attacks on civilian infrastructure a step he was unlikely to take anyway, due to legal and diplomatic constraints. By framing this as Iran's responsibility, he signals a pause without solving the underlying conflict. But what happens after these 2 weeks? Will Trump push for stricter terms, or will Iran continue to assert influence? Chapter 5: Strategic implications. This ceasefire does not resolve the strategic tension. Iran's control of the strait, US military buildup, and possible Israeli involvement all mean the risk of conflict remains. Oman also has a geographic claim, adding another layer of complexity. And here is the wild card. Iran may attempt to legitimize tolls and even push for changes to international law under UNCLOS. Imagine shipping lanes like the Suez, but in a region where tensions can flare at any moment. That is the reality investors now face. Chapter 6: Market and energy takeaways. So, what does this mean for oil prices, energy markets, and global trade? First, expect volatility. Any flare-up in the strait could spike oil prices overnight. Second, shipping will be cautious. Delays, insurance costs, and rerouted vessels will all impact trade. Let us summarize. The Strait of Hormuz is technically open, but cautiously, slowly, and under conditions that are still in flux. If you want updates on what happens next, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And comment below, what do you think will happen?